What's up guys, I'm Shane and this is Spare Change. Here on the channel, we discuss all things audio and video, like new movies and new AV equipment. So if it's your first time here, consider tapping that subscribe button for new weekly videos. In for a review, we've got 1985's The Goonies on digital streaming. In this case, it's on iTunes at the time of this video. I'm not going to be reviewing the movie itself, I'm just going to share with you my thoughts on the video and the audio quality. Now, let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot on film. I would think it's got a 4K DI, but I'm not 100% sure though. It's rated PG. Runtime is 114 minutes. Aspect ratio is 239:1, which means black letterbox bars. But you already knew that. Now before we get into this, I just want to send a shout out to all of our Patreon subscribers that help us make these digital purchases and physical media purchases possible, so we can make these videos for you. If you want to become a Patreon supporter, you can find a link in the video's description. I'll be honest now, I haven't seen the movie in years, and I haven't even seen it on Blu-ray. Just a couple times on TV and on DVD. So I've got no direct comparison between the Blu-ray and the 4K digital stream. That being said, I'm gonna take a guess and say this has gotta be a pretty decent improvement over the previous versions. Being shot back in 1985, they weren't filming digitally, so of course it was shot on film. If you're the kind of person that doesn't like seeing film grain on screen, you'll be happy to know this is mostly a clean, grain-free movie. But it also means they've digitally cleaned up the image to get rid of the grain, which also means you're gonna end up cleaning up some detail along with the grain. Now, grain isn't 100% gone because you can still faintly see it still there. It might be more present on the actual physical disc since there's more data, but for the digital stream, you can definitely still see it there. Luckily, it isn't as bad as Terminator 2, so some of the finer details are still present. The close-ups, while not razor sharp, show very good detail like wrinkles and strands of hair. The prosthetics on Sloth are really clean as well. Backgrounds and set pieces such as the ship's interior were sufficiently sharp and displayed good textures. Again, I'm sure this looked better than what I've seen on TV and DVD, but overall, the image is a bit soft. So keep that in mind. As far as HDR, I thought it gave the movie a nice natural look. Colors aren't crazy vibrant or anything, but tonal gradations were smooth for the most part, with some light banding here and there in the darker scenes. I'm sure it's from being a digital stream though. Highlight detail was good and wasn't overly juiced up, so blooming wasn't an issue. You'll see this from some of the lights inside the house. Black levels were decent with shadow detail being visible, notably when the kids get to the Fratelli's hideout. Cobwebs and all the other junk in the basement are clearly discernible. It is a bit soft, but you can still see everything in the scene. Again, black levels were good, but not particularly very deep. Audio on the stream is only in 5.1, and I'd assume this is probably the same that's on the Blu-ray, so there is no new immersive mix on this digital stream. I found soundstage to be really good with great instrumental separation. The sound effects do sound dated, so they don't sound as dynamic as something mixed today. I heard some cool effects in the surrounds when the bats fly out of the tunnel, and there's some good ambiance throughout. Bass response only kicked in a few times. Thunder in the attic, and when the booty traps go off in the tunnel. I'm sure there's a couple more times too, but overall, bass was light for the most part. And dialogue was always easy to hear without any issues. So for audio, I'm gonna go with a 7.3. It's an average 5.1 mix with nothing I thought stood out. It served the movie perfectly fine, and it was really enjoyable. For video, I'm gonna go with 8.1. It's not a mind-blowing transfer, but I'm sure this is the best it's ever looked. Dolby Vision livened up the colors and helped out in the shadows, and I think detail was very good. I don't think you'll mistake this for a top-tier 4K transfer, but it's definitely worth owning if you're a fan of the movie. Plus, it only cost $6.99 on iTunes at the time of this video. That's like nothing, it's like the price of a cheeseburger. So tell us your thoughts on the Goonies in 4K. Have you picked it up, and what do you think? Leave us a comment and let us know. Now if you want to grab this, I'll leave some links for it in the video's description. As always guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can find us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content or great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again in the next one.